Hello, everybody, and welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway for round 3 of the HRL Cup Series season. We are here at the Super Speedway for what should be an amazing race. I'm looking forward to how this race is going to play out. ARCA was thrilling, to say the least. I am hoping we get the same experience here, but we are only able to find out and see. How are we feeling for this race?
You know, I think compared to the track 15 years earlier in ARCA, I mean, it can't really predict what's going to happen since this is super speedway racing. But with what I've seen in practice, I think this is going to be a strong race, very tight.
I believe it should be thrilling. And Dagenroka obviously competed in the ARCA race and is going to be our in-car commentator here today at Atlanta, which should be very nice, having insight inside the race, and we'll obviously be commentating as per usual.
And insider information. I'm going to be seeing things you're not able to see, like the cockpit of a race car.
You'll have to give us all the details of what's going on.
And for the first time ever, we have a tie for pole, by the way. It's
really
a tie between Diego Rodon and William Ducati. With the exact
I'm fourth right
time.
now? Wow.
31.988.
Everyone's still getting their laps turned in, so obviously things could change, but a tie for pole could be beyond interesting.
Yes, it could. And it looks like Diego Rodon, because he set the lap first, is going to get the lap. He's going to get the pole if no one else takes it. And it looks like Alexander Ortega really isn't trying to go for a fast lap here. He's kind of just coasting around, maybe just trying to start ahead of those who don't want to qualify, because that's part of the strategy here. You don't want to be involved in the wreck.
No, but if anything, trying to stay out of the wreck could be just as dangerous. We saw in the ARCA race a incident on lap 1 involving 4 cars, I think it was.
I think so.
And
yeah, the
you don't want to see that.
There were a bunch of restart slip-ups where that took out a few drivers early on. Not took out, they took them out of contention for the win. Like Dylan Smith, he started with me around 20th, and he got taken out. He got not taken out, but he was 5 laps down after damage on lap 1. Still recovered to 5th place. 20th, but still not ideal. But I don't think we'll be seeing that today because of lower horsepower and newer track surface.
Absolutely. And Ortega is going to go to 8th behind Dylan Smith. And that rounds out our qualifiers.
Not surprising to see Ortega at least up the order. Doesn't matter what track we go to, always seems like he's got the speed as qualifying does wrap up. We've got, let's wait for the thing to scroll over. That would be 20, 21.
Yeah, the number of people did not
22
qualify.
Drivers.
Yes, 22.
Bigger field than Miami?
Yes.
By 5 drivers, I think.
Yeah, 5 more drivers. That means there's 5 more points that could be lost in this one.
Yep. I didn't expect to start this high up.
It's 100%.
Yeah, that's on me. I forgot to hit enter when I changed
As
it.
Drivers
Not a good
grid
race
up.
today for ice.
Everyone.
I don't think it's gonna matter. We're gonna be under tension for a lot of this race.
Let me see if I can go through the
way you got
order. We got Diego Rodon starting first. William Ducati to his outside. Kenneth Picas in 3rd. I believe Payson Lindsay got 4th. I got 5th. CJ Clark to my outside.
You're creating a rivalry called L
7th through 8th have not gridded up yet. Actually, I can just go to so that would be Dylan Smith and Alexander Ortega for 7th and 8th. Cole McGillen and Clinton McDonald for 9th and 10th. Isaac Herr, Evan Lemon for 11th and 12th. both Stewart brothers in, what is that, row 7, 13th and 14th.
This guy in front of me.
Yep.
Then 15th, 16th, Mike Jensen and Michael Wolf. Joshua Carey, 17th, CJ Erdman, 18th. And then 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we have Gilbert Ruiz, Jacob Morrissey, Camden Ehrlich, and Alex Martinez.
Well, thank you for the grid rundown, Dagan, as drivers are still gridding up. They have a bit more time until they must take to the grid. How do you want to approach this race, especially early on? This is the same length as the ARCA race, the exact same length, 100 and 100 laps across both series. So do you want to be, especially since Super Speedway, do you want to be aggressive early on, or do you want to play that longer game and be there and have a fully intact car by the end?
I think you're going to have to play the long game because, as it was voted by the drivers, there are no fast repairs for this race. And this is the tightest super speedway, so a more tight surface kind of implies more chances for wrecking because everyone's so bunched up. And without that fast repair, you make a mistake, that could be the end of your race and many other people's races.
Well, we'll see if most drivers abide by that. They were able to do so for the most part back in Daytona, the last super speedway we went to in Cup, obviously. So hopefully drivers will take the knowledge that they had from that race and apply it to this one. Obviously, like you said, one of the tightest super speedways on the iRacing platform, and it is blisteringly quick. I mean, you have to be on it the entire race, as opposed to a place like Daytona or Talladega where you have a lot of openness. The cars feel very, very willing to turn. Here,
Aero and side draft is going to completely ruin your handle. We saw at Daytona, side drafting would just make your car slide up, and that caused a lot of wrecks. As we're going green right now.
Green flag.
Race cars in. Diego Roldan, the pole sitter, starts us away here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we are racing here for race number 3 of the season. Roldan, the pole sitter, gets away very well with Ducati on the outside, trying to slot into second. I think he's got the room, but he doesn't want to take it down there. Clayton McDonald already lifting up, trying to drop to the back to give himself some room to work with and not get caught up in any incidents. As on the outside, you have the 99, the 88, and the number 1 car all going to that outside line, trying to maybe get by and get into the lead, as Kenneth Picas is trying to push Diego Roldan, or at least work with him a little bit to keep that lead. It's only 2 cars in front right now, with the 5th and 6th car overall trying to drop back, maybe leave a little bit of a gap to the 2 leaders, but everyone up front getting squared away nice and well. Dylan Smith going slow on the apron, might be dropping back to try and avoid some mayhem, as
I know it's hard, but we gotta try.
I'm not sure if that is too much or not, but Payson Lindsay pushing Ducati in the 88 on the outside, trying to hang it on their door. They are racing pretty hard already, as
It's like a tandem race up here.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Looks like I think they got checked up on the start. But right now it looks like everyone's just trying to take it easy.
Well, it looks like that tandem might be coming to an end now, as Diego Roldan isn't able to get up on the outside to get with Kenneth Picas, as it looks like he'll slot right up in front of you there, Dagan.
Yeah, I don't want to end anyone's races this early.
It's a bit too early to get super aggressive now, as the top 3 are all very bunched up.
Side drafting for the lead.
Yep, here comes Payson Lindsay to the inside with Kenneth Picas in tow for Ducati, though. So it looks like that move probably isn't going to pay off for Lindsay here, as Lindsay will probably drop back and actually most likely end up dropping back behind you and Roldan.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
not.
gotta be very. I mean, I don't think a lot of drivers have too much experience on this track, so, well, including me. This is my first time racing here, but it's completely slippery compared to Daytona. You don't want to get too aggressive too early because the tires might wear on you.
Well, this is going to be probably one of the most important races for if you want to take tires
Good save, 09.
in the sense of super speedways. Usually at super speedways, tires aren't the biggest concern unless you're seriously dealing with handling issues. But here, yeah, you need them.
I think here what we're going to see is people start getting loose entry because I'm starting to feel like the rear tires step out on entry just due to the banking change. So that might be something people are going to watch. Like the people who do save their tires will be able to mitigate that loose that you get on entering and start surging.
But will it play out? Drivers trying to just put it on each other and hold on to their position. Payson Lindsay racing hard with William Ducate and Diego Roldan in tow. And then obviously you lurking in the background. Don't forget that's our in-car commentator, David Roca, who is lurking around in fifth. Kenneth Pica's trying to give a bit of a shot to William Ducate. It does down the back straightaway, door to door. Payson Lindsay, a little bit of a kind of wiggle there on the straightaway. Maybe got a little.
He's very. Oh, they're made big contact. 3 wide for the lead.
Be careful. Wow, and this is. Yeah, this is about what we saw in ARCA. Maybe a different track type, but the racing is just as good. Diego Roldan coming for the lead on the bottom, but he doesn't have it yet. Ducate trying to hang it on the outside. Payson Lindsay in the middle. Roldan on the bottom. Roca goes to the inside. Picas trying on the outside. Lindsay hung out to dry. Nowhere to go. Now Picas is the one who's been hung out to dry. He's stuck on the outside with no one to slipstream off of and no one to push. But then it's going to fall back. Lindsay trying to close the door, and he does.
Yeah, I don't want to keep them 3 wide too long. You have to lift in the corners now behind someone because that's just how loose the dirty air is. Look at Lindsay. He's so loose.
Yeah, he is struggling with the handling of that race car. That number 99 certainly having some handling issues early on. I think he's already wanting to get new tires on that thing, but that top about 5 cars single file on the outside now, and Diego Roldan trying to hang on. Payson Lindsay was actually able to hold on quite well to his position despite having no help. So I wonder if Roldan will do the same thing or just file in. Smart thing, in my opinion, would be to file in, as he's exactly what he does. But Payson Lindsay isn't going to let that sit, and he's just going to go for it now.
You know, whatever he wants to do, man. I'm noticing quickly that looks like everyone behind us in the top 5, they're really trying to save their tires. They know what's going to happen throughout this race.
Yeah, as that was Evan Lehman going slowly down the back straightaway. Not entirely sure what happened to him as Kenneth Picas blinks out of existence for a moment. All the drivers right now not being too ridiculous. Obviously, you have some drivers may want to race a little bit more than others. One of those being Diego Roldan, who is trying to get back to the front. Certainly,
we have a battle for the lead. Picas trying to take it away. Slingshot. There he goes.
Will he be able to complete it? Ducate
no,
hanging it tight on his door.
Gotta be careful about that slide up.
Roldan push.
Still blinking.
Picas. No. So around the outside goes Diego Roldan to try and get the position away from Picas as he made the move and it fell flat due to not having enough momentum.
Very tight off exit.
Roldan. Well, Roldan sideways.
Payson Lindsay in the wall in the corner.
Oh, yeah. So, Lindsay, that's a 99. Obviously feeling those tires, hitting them pretty hard right now. As you can actually see it, he is straight off the exit of the corner.
I can tell you firsthand, the air does play a huge factor. As soon as he got behind me while I was turning, my rear end got so light. That's probably what was happening to almost everyone at Daytona, I can imagine.
It would seem that way, as everyone kind of dealing with the same issues. It feels like the loose rear as Roldan trying to fight Picas for position again. It's just not quite going to work. Doesn't have enough help behind. Probably going to need a little push from Payson Lindsay to make that move work. Because actually, here comes Payson Lindsay to the inside. He'll be able just to dive it in there and probably honestly just slide up and slot in right behind Kenneth Picas here. He'll try to get right to his quarter panel, take some air off of that 83 car.
You know, it's not too unsimilar to what the ARCA race was like. The ARCA race was dominated in terms of speed by the high side, and what you were trying to do the whole race is just not spin out, because everywhere you were threateningly loose entering and exiting the corner. In this race, so far isn't that much difference, but I mean the car difference and the horsepower, if you get out of the gas, that's a lot of momentum you're costing at this race. But in ARCA, you could mitigate it by, just being easy on your tires and saving it for the long run.
Certainly, and this battle for the lead is heating up. Drivers
Touch.
side drafting each other. They're just letting the
3 wide. Oh, this is not
catch
going to
up.
be
Here
good.
comes Pace and Lindsay to the bottom. Lindsay sideways. Ducati tried to close the door, but it wouldn't come in time. And now they're 3 wide, heading down into turn 1. Ducati hanging on Lindsay's door. It's 99, 88, 83, and 5, all fighting for the lead, close with the 53. Or no, are you the 53?
I'm the 57.
Oh, 57. The 57 lurking in behind.
Picos in the wall
They're still
slightly.
too
He's
wide.
all right.
Beautiful racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as
This is
Duke
tight.
comes up.
Picos is letting him in.
I think that's probably the right play here, but you can just see it there, that little lift.
Please get an update on if we're allowed to go below the red and white.
Backed him right up to you, just from that little lift.
Yeah. As from what I felt getting behind, or from Pace and Lindsay getting behind me, I don't want to trail these guys too hard in the corners, because for all I know, that could spin them out.
It's all a matter of what the drivers can control, and if sometimes it's too bad to control, then what can you do? As everyone right now seemingly just trying to do what they can. Pace and Lindsay on the inside here, still fighting for the lead as well, he slides up. He got loose off the exit there and almost
Big run on the
came up
outside
and
with 3
hit.
wide.
Check out.
Oh, they checked up in the back. Not sure what all happened there. Lindsay lost a lot of momentum, but he's not going to lose too many positions. But it is very clear that Pace and Lindsay is struggling with the handling of that car. Mike Jensen.
Oh, he's losing his rear.
Oh yeah, Jensen in the wall and just
Hang on, Dewey.
just had to hang on to the car.
Is that Brennan Schuett I'm hearing got loose? Or
I
Ryan
believe
Schuett?
so. I think that was Ryan Schuett. So everyone trying to stay close together. Picos and Ducati definitely running away with it a little bit here. As Roldan, despite being a contender for the lead just moments ago, has fallen back outside the top 5 now. It's looking like he might fall back all the way to 8th if things continue as they are.
Oh, Picos in the wall slightly. Just tapped it, entry.
Oh, Lindsay's rear just stepped out again.
Yeah, I don't exactly want to pass him because of how squirrely these cars are, but he is holding us up a little bit.
Yeah, it might be time to go. To be completely honest, Lindsay driving the way that he is right now, kind of letting Picos and Ducati just drive away a little bit now. Seeing that kind of gap on a super speedway is a little bit unheard of in the modern era of NASCAR.
Yeah, this race is a lot different than what we typically see in real life from Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, CJ Erdman in the wall.
And Picos too. But Picos gets a run from the wall tap. He's going to go to the inside. Nope. He's behind him.
Maybe they're just wanting to work together at the moment, from what I can see. All the drivers just doing what they can, biding their time. They understand that it's early on, as there goes Dagan Roca to the front of Pace and Lindsay. Looks like he got a little push there.
Yeah, I as soon as I went to the bottom, I was realizing what Pace and Lindsay was fighting with when he was trying to pass. You get the rear steps out just a little bit, but oh my goodness,
Big shot
he's
coming
more
back to you
confident.
now.
He's more confident in these pushes than I am.
Well, you kind of, in a way, just have to handle it. Oh, Lindsay! Sideways! Barely hangs on to it.
And this, this new arrow update they added is crazy. But Picos keeps hitting the wall for me. I don't know if that's netcode or if it's just he's just handling his loose car.
I think think it's netcode. I do want to point out Clint McDonald, who went to the back earlier on to try and stay out of trouble here on lap 23, has worked his way up to what will soon be 6th, as Diego Roldan trying to do what he can. But McDonald also dragging Joshua Carey in with him. Oh my!
Side by side, 3 wide again for the lead.
Just when he thought it was done, it's not even close. Picas to the lead, but Diego Roldan looks to the inside, and he will take it as well. CJ Clark slots in on the nose of Carey, breaks up the teammates as they all end up having to check up, and they lose a chunk of time, and the top 6 is now separated quite aggressively.
Clinton McDonald had a huge run on the back stretch. I let him by. I didn't want to. I'm not going to fight that, especially with how aerosensitive these cars are.
Oh yeah, but
Lindsay's still sideways. He's burning that right rear.
there's a car spinning in the background off the racing surface though. Isaac Kerr, who was caught up in an unfortunate incident at the end of last race, or earlier in the ARCA race. As 3 wide for third. Clinton McDonald slides through into third ahead of Payson Lindsay and Diego Roldan. As everyone's still just managing these cars, how they're given to them now. As everyone's doing all right at the moment.
Joshua Carey seems like he saved his tires pretty good. He's surging in the mid corners.
That seems to be a lot of as well what McDonald's done and is currently doing. I mean,
Payson Lindsay, puts Roldan in the wall.
Oh no! Payson Lindsay got loose.
He got loose on exit.
Had to correct the car, and unfortunately just kind of corrected up into Diego Roldan. I don't think it's going to hurt him too bad. He's going to be able to drop back and get into draft again. So should be okay for Diego Roldan in that 5 car, but he is loose on the top of the racetrack.
Pika's with a bit of a lead right now.
Let's stay single file.
This may not last very long. I can imagine that it's going to be a nightmare to hold a lead at a super speedway. Especially when you got that kind of gap. Lindsay also, huge snap of oversteer exiting turn 4. I mean, you can just see it. Turns it in, and it turns really well in the mid corner, but that's because you're using the slip from the rear tire that it's already giving you because of the wear to make it turn better. Here comes Clint McDonald for second, by the way. You're using the tire wear to make the car turn a little bit better, but simultaneously, it's a nightmare to drive. If you can drive it, it can be fast, but that is the hardest part, is being able to drive it to begin with.
Yeah, I'm getting huge old Atlanta vibes from this. McGillen gets to my rear bumper, gets me a little sideways, but the people who have saved the tires from the start, they're the ones who are prevailing right now.
Absolutely.
I wonder if Dirty Air has to say anything about the tire situation, because that was a pretty commanding lead he momentarily had. I wonder if him being in the clean air, benefits his chances of saving tires.
Probably does, because I mean that's the whole thing about Dirty Air, and it's a really big kind of issue in open wheel series, that if you sit behind a car for long enough, the Dirty Air, it just overheats the tires, and that more tire heat means more wear and faster wear. So you really, the second you get open air, you need to kind of just enjoy it, because that's the best conditions you can drive in. I mean, obviously, having the most downforce is the best conditions you can drive in, but right now it seems like it's unaffected.
When we mistakenly did an ARCA car practice at this, loose, spinning him for the front almost. Clint McDonald got really sideways on exit. Pika sideways too.
Pika's. I just had to hold my breath. Picas, what a save, and McDonald as well. Beautiful saves by the 21 and the 83.
That's caught the backpack up to us.
Yes, it has. Payson
Here comes
Lindsay's got
Diego
sideways.
Gotta get space, guys. Gotta get space. These
Made
tires are
contact with
not
McDonald's door. Everyone feeling the effects of the rear tire wear. Dagan, how is it for you right now? Obviously, it looks awful for these other drivers. Are you getting the same experience that it looks like they're having?
I'm not very comfortable right now. I'm lifting, mid corner just to keep that rear tire under me, which is what everyone else is doing. We're lifting maybe 70% throttle to not spin the rear.
Yeah.
3,
Three.
But obviously, I've never.
Someone
This is
back
my
out,
first
please.
race here. I'm not sure if I'm doing
Someone
anything
fucking
right.
three.
Yep.
Well, you're running in the
There
top
we go.
10,
See,
so
that was
clearly
it,
you're
that
doing
was it,
something
that was
right.
it.
As oh, Lindsay, sideways again. You have to think every single one of those slides that Lindsay has. Not only does it heat the rear tires up, it wears them more, and it costs him momentum temporarily. It is so detrimental that you have that little slide. But right now, it's not hurting him too much, it seems like. But it's definitely, you can see it.
I hit the apron a little bit, got loose.
I saw that. Oh, Mike Jensen right behind you got
Yeah, I'm
very
gonna
sideways
let
as
him
well.
by. I'm gonna let the pros do their thing.
Oh, Lindsay tried to turn into the corner, and you can just see he washes it out much wider than Ortega and McDonald do.
This second group, do not lose it. Do not go too file.
Driver's trying to make sure that they do not lose the front
Go
pack.
hard on
I think it's all about a rhythm that you get into. If you there's a way.
Oh,
when I'm
cars
slightly.
Yellow
Oh.
flag.
Check up backstretch.
Oh, maybe. So let me check the fuel strategy.
not
When I
the
went
fuel
before the race, I
package,
checked how many laps you could make on fuel, and it was about 68.
Oh my god.
And so, I think we
Could make it to
could
the
possibly
end here.
make it. Yeah.
But how will that feel on the
We
tires?
should just do old Atlanta, bro.
I'm gonna pit for tires.
Some of y'all gotta learn to give space when we're on.
Yeah, I mean, how couldn't you? I feel like you just have to do that, but this is also going to come to a situation of, this is probably, CJ Clark just going on the apron, got loose, and then came back up the track, trying not to spin himself again, and just drove into Michael Wolf. So, unfortunate for the 26 car, and I think CJ Clark can pretty easily be found at fault for that one.
Entering pits is on the backstretch, which is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no pit speed for right here. I guess not. I guess iRacing doesn't know how to do staggered pit entries, but I don't mind. Means less speeding penalties. which is what ruined my ARCA race.
pounds of dirt on pit road.
So have to remember not to pass the pace car until you get into pit road. As everyone comes in, and this could be a crucial stop. Drivers that maybe can win this race, some could consider it the money stop. I'm just saying, but obviously I think there is still a bit more to go. And I have a feeling that we're probably not done wrecking.
I can't
There
imagine.
might be one more.
I don't know, because I don't know how people. That could have been. Sometimes in the beginning of the races, people are still trying to feel out their cars. So some people could have gotten it, some people may not, and it might cause some aggressive decisions because people know what they can and can't do.
Oh.
Looks like Ducati sped.
Oh, man. William Ducati led most of this race with occasional challenges from Kenneth Picas and Clinton McDonald. But apparently got a speeding penalty. So, unfortunate. That was, I'm not sure what's going on with Clinton McDonald. And Alexander Ortega.
Yeah. This could be a field strategy thing. Let me see.
Maybe just
remaining 68 laps, and we have like 64 to go. So I'm wondering I wonder what they're concerned about.
It's all the teammates.
Yeah, they're thinking of a field strategy that no one else is thinking, or maybe tires. I'm not sure exactly.
Mix of maybe tires or, on the off chance of an overtime, having, making sure you have enough fuel. As
P4.
none of the cars are going up on the jacks, so it's just fuel.
If that means they're concerned about making it to the end, which I can't exactly understand why, because I'm to the good, but Maybe they were running a different throttle mapping than I was.
Who knows? Kohler McGillen, 38, Alexander Martinez in the 18. Also coming down pit road. Looks like all to be the same thing, all for fuel. As Alex Martinez is kind of just... There it goes, gets going. But everyone, we're double filed now. Interested to see just how the new tires are going to help, as I imagine it's going to be absolutely beneficial to everyone who's on them. Payson Lindsay, Kenneth Pikas, Mike Jensen, Dagan Roca, and Dylan Smith is our top 5. Pikas, the leader, who will control the restart. A lot of drivers up here that don't see the front too often from what we've seen so far this season. Some more so than others, but this is their chance. Pace car down pit road. Field will stack up into the restart zone. Lap 38 of 100, and we are racing again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, as it is a great getaway by Kenneth Pikas. It immediately blinks. Payson Lindsay able to slot into second on the inside, as the outside does not get going well. Very similarly to... Or very...
Well,
actually, no, opposite to the ARCA race.
Pikas played a good jump. He went middle of the restart zone, which me and Payson Lindsay weren't expecting, so we got on the gas too early, and we had to check up when he actually went.
Well, definitely sold it well, but Lindsay, doesn't matter how that restart played out for him. He's already wanting to challenge for the lead on the outside. Neither driver really has any help, so they'll get right up next to each other down the straightaway. Maybe never mind. No one wanted to race too hard here. As Dylan Smith looking to get up here into third. But all these drivers, I mean, if you can go to the end, why not race a little bit? Oh, William Ducati loose off of turn 4 and had to get out of the throttle a little bit, entering turn 3. He'll check up a few people, but not too drastically. It's Payson Lindsay leading
Dylan
here.
Smith got a little loose, as well as Brendan Shewitt.
Yeah, already seeing
the bottom is just slippery.
There. Very similar to what we saw in ARCA.
Yeah. 13 of Mike Jensen, and a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, trying to run up high. Some cars maybe a little bit. Oh! Car's already getting loose. We're only 3 laps into the run.
I think this is just the pure handling of the track. And dirty air, because you're tight in dirty air, but you're loose when someone's right behind you. So this is... You got to know how to defend at all aerodynamic points in the track.
Whoever can do so is probably going to be the favorite to win this race, as Dylan Smith trying to hang on the outside of third position from Brendan Shewitt. But I don't think it's exactly going to be easy when you have 5 cars, 6 cars if the 26 and 57 can get to the back of the 42. It's going to be hard to beat a 6-car train on your own, but Dylan Smith hanging
a lot of checking up on the tri-oval and on exits.
It's actually, you could hear it in Dylan Smith's onboard there, the little checkup on the quad oval. So everyone...
But the quad oval is just so odd. If you exit on the inside, you have to make sure you arc the quad oval, or else you're shooting up in the middle of the tri-oval.
Well, everyone certainly accommodating for that. As Dylan Smith sideways off of 4.
Yeah, because the 42 is right behind him.
There's a mix here of discipline. Pushing the car in front of you can get you closer to the cars in front of them. But pushing the car in front of you, or being so close that you're getting the arrow pushed to the car in front of you, can make them too loose and can send the car that you're trying to push, just send them around.
Yep.
And if that happens, that's worst case scenario.
My draft partner, Dylan Smith, slotting in. I'm the only car on the outside. It seems like everyone is tire saving, because I'm not losing much ground to these people. I've been flat out around the top, which feels great, but can't imagine it's good for my tires. Dylan Smith, huge run. Trying to make it the outside work.
With it. He's right on board here with Running car commentator Dagan Roca staring at the back of that Carolina Hurricanes number 8 of Dylan Smith, trying to make up some ground.
What was that?
Hard at work behind the wheel as the outside is gaining some ground in the corner here. You can
Mason
just see
Lindsay
it.
loose on the lead.
Very loose, as that's going to give the 8 car of Dylan Smith maybe an opportunity to go by for the lead with the push from the 57 and the 88, and then Diego Roldan there in the 5, slotted in 4th, and cars starting to catch up behind. The battle for the lead is heating up here midway through Atlanta. Dylan Smith side by side with Payson Lindsay. What does Lindsay have to respond? Does he have any speed to go with it? Right now, doesn't seem like it. The inconsistent pushes because of the blinking off Picas's nose is not helping Lindsay's case here, as Dylan Smith will clear down into 1, but the job isn't finished. Never mind, the job is finished, and Dylan Smith slots into the lead here. Just abandon the outside lane that got him there. Or, yeah, it comes back up now. But how do you want to play this realistically?
I think I want to play what everyone else is doing by, tire saving. I'm going to let Ducati go around to my outside because what I've seen from Picas and Ducati, I don't want to be leading too long. I might burn my stuff up. But also, I just thought about this. The people on the outside are going to have the side drafting advantage, and they can get the inside drivers loose. Oh, Payson Lindsay going low on the trial?
Off the track.
Not sure what's going on there with the 99 car, but he's not making an effort to get back on the circuit. Was it just loose out of 4?
I'm not sure.
Still going very slowly, but definitely getting back up to speed over time. We'll see here. Here's the
Maybe
replay.
someone came in his room.
Or no, not the replay. Never mind. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong car.
3 wide. Oh, 3 wide as the field laps Isaac Herr, who I think I saw he had a connection issue, so he lagged out of the game. Oh, he's loose in the wall.
Oh, unfortunate. Oh, man. Careful. Don't wreck it now. Lap 50. We are halfway through this race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drivers trying to do what they can to fight for the win here as the top 3 getting away a little bit. Diego Roldan down pit road.
Interesting.
Not sure what's going on there. Maybe didn't have enough fuel?
I can't imagine. Let me check mine. I have 50 laps to go, and we're at
49.
past 50.
49 laps to go, and you said you have 50 to go?
52.
52, okay.
But I've been
So
running full throttle for a lot of this because I was with Dylan Smith trying to catch the leaders. But now we got a 4-car separation between the pack and everybody else.
What was that, Ice? Ah, I
Oh.
see. Okay. So Diego Roldan calling it a day.
Perhaps not having enough fun.
Maybe, I don't know how you couldn't be having fun like this. It is Super Speedway, so fair enough, I understand.
Some people find it scary.
Yeah, that is true. Some people are, shivering in their timbers racing around Super
Yeah.
Speedways, especially in a Super Speedway as great as Atlanta Motor Speedway. Right now, top 4, very just single file, not really trying to do anything too rambunctious, per se, as...
Currently, my tires feel a lot better than they did around this time last stint because I've been trying to use my front a little more because once you get I think starting off your stint is really important for your tire run. If you're able to get like a certain heat of your tires, you can kind of control how you want your car to handle on the long run. So right now I've got my fronts a little bit hotter than the rears, it seems, because I'm having to turn a little more than I was previously. And so right now it's comfortable for me.
Well, that is the words you always want to be able to use in a race car. Comfortable. If you're comfortable in your car, you can pretty much do anything with it. And right now, I can imagine that's what all the top 4 are feeling because... Well, maybe not anymore, because the pack has just kind of connected back up, so everyone's still running very tightly knit on each other.
Because we're not running full throttle up at the pack. I'm lifting on entry, just not like running the back of everyone.
Well,
Three guys.
the momentum definitely showing here. CJ Erdman we ride on board with, number 94. Down into turn 3, the pack goes, as they were temporarily 3 wide, actually. From the in-car here. Riding behind CJ Clark. Well, things getting squirrely up front. That looked like, was that Ducati?
Mike Jensen in the apron.
Oh, Jensen struggling to hold on to that race car, does manage to collect it all up and save the car.
Ooh,
but
Jewett with a big block on the 42.
Ooh.
That checked him. That I'm not sure he's going to be very happy with that.
No, but
I don't know why he
sometimes
blocked
there's
like that
true
too,
racing.
because you can hold pretty well in the bottom.
Maybe just felt that there was more to gain by blocking, as obviously the 3 teammates still linked up. Mike Jensen trying to recover some lost ground from that little stretch of incident, or the little spin, half spin-ish.
Am I back still?
Everyone running quite calmly right now.
Yeah, the fact that I'm keeping up with these guys on the bottom when there are 3 cars on the outside tells me that they are saving fuel.
Well, I mean, this... It's very
Pika's to
possible.
the lead. He
Yes, he's
slingshots.
Oh, okay. So Kenneth Pika's not waiting around any longer. Literally happened as the camera swung around and we were looking at the middle of the pack. So
He's
angles.
been one of the strongest drivers this race, consistently in the top 2.
Well, right now. Well, I mean, I think that's fairly shared across Ducati
goodness.
and Pika's, to be honest. Oh, loose on the bottom. Dagan, hang on to her. Whew. That was a little bit scary.
Yeah, my car snapped loose out of sudden.
Yamar, hold it together.
Well, I can imagine that it's probably not helping to have
Whoever's behind the car that got really loose.
the
Get
likes
back on
of
and the pack.
Brennan Schuett right there on your bumper.
Yeah, I feel terrible for him because as soon as I could see Ducati trying to side draft me, and then I was already turning a certain amount.
Well, not much you can do now as drivers all fanning out behind trying to get things working. As I will say, all the drivers that pit again, McDonald, Ortega, Carey, McGillen, all in a 4-car run, but, well, not so much anymore. Everyone kind of getting a little bit more spaced out. As it seems, McDonald clears Brennan Schuett, as it looks like Ortega will attempt to do the same.
Hold her down there.
As we're seeing a very similar repeat to what we did earlier on in the first run. Oh, it's Brennan Schuett! The 28 half spins. I'm not sure if Ortega just came down there.
I couldn't see that in my mirror.
Happened right in front of the field. Huh.
Oh, CJ Erdman blocks the 22 on the low side, checks at least me up, but these cars are starting to get squirrely again.
Oh, man, and there's still 39 laps remaining, even with all of that.
Oh, 9.
So,
Schuett saying he's pitting?
ooh, so some drivers may be thinking it's worth it to try and pit, maybe, or they're just ill on fuel, or the tires are just that bad.
I'm not sure. Maybe he could have damage.
That's also true.
Is that Ryan Schuett saying he's pitting? I can't exactly hear them from this loud car.
I think it was. I'm not 100% sure.
Right now we're seeing the people who tire saved again on the stint. They're charging forward.
Well, for the most part, even after. Oh! Ran
Caution
Schuett
flag.
around in front
Wow.
of Colin McGillen, it looked like.
Him at third without.
So, well, a caution at lap 36, now a caution at lap
Game broke.
64.
He's claiming his
Oh, nice.
game broke. I'm not sure.
Entering the
What that means.
corner, just lost it. Just hit by Colin McGillen. He kind of finishes the job. If we could get an in-car shot of the entry of the corner there, maybe we can see what the game broke means. See a little bit of a random. Oh! So Schuett's revs max out.
Oh,
Just redlining the car, and it spins as a result of that.
did he money shift?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like the car just dropped a gear. So you can see him flipping through the gears there to not burn the gears out. Huh. Okay. I can't say I've ever seen that before. It just dropped into third. Mid-corner. So random technical failures is something you also have to worry about now. So keep that in mind, drivers.
Yep.
Didn't think that was even humanly possible, but hey, we can thank iRacing for that one, I suppose.
So Brendan Schuett's car broke, and that's why he had that incident.
I can't imagine he'd be given penalty points for a game glitch.
Ducati missed his stall, then backed up and put it back. It went back.
So
All right.
His game broke.
I'm not sure what happened to Ducati there, but it looked like he was in his stall and then just got out.
Oh, is he? He's out of the car?
No, as in he got out of his stall and then went back in. I'm not sure what happened there. For
Oh.
Ducati, but the car just didn't pit, pretty much.
Hey, Hall, what was your tires after that?
Interesting. I mean, that happened to him at Daytona. It just didn't let him out of his stall. Not the same glitch, but it's another pit road incident or glitch for him.
Clearly, the 88 team have invested in the greatest.
Couldn't see my stall,
Haven't
so
invested in the
it was
greatest
right in front of me. So I
pit
went
crew
through it.
R&D. To try and
He's
make the
claiming
pit
he
crew
didn't see his pit stall and he drove through it. But
Oh.
it's on him. So I guess not a game incident.
So very different from what happened at Daytona. Lap 66 of 100. We have 35 to go.
This could very easily be the last stint of the race. I'm going to try tire saving, at least how... On the inside, okay. At least how Ortega and Carey have been doing it. Because the last thing you want to do coming to the white is just have someone completely dictate what your car does because they're side by side with you and you're just trying to make it through the corner.
So you can see there. Ducati does just miss a stall, fortunately. But yeah, this could be the last run. I mean, we've had... The first run was around 30... It was 36 laps? Yeah. 36 laps until we got the first caution. Then another 32 went by. So... Or... 26 went by, sorry.
So we've been having
drivers-
pretty even tire
Yeah.
runs so far.
It's pretty close, so no one's really able to get a feel for that a super long run over, I would say, 50 laps or more. But we can't get that now. Doesn't matter. 34 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Picas leads on the inside.
Green.
As we are green flag racing again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in HRL, and the inside gets away well again. It is today on these restarts has very much been an opposite story from what we saw in ARCA, likely off that track surface difference.
I think it's also, yeah, track surface power, but also since there's no power in these cars compared to the ARCA, Unlimited. Oh, loose, Payson Lindsay loose beside me. I had to see what's happening there. But yeah, since the leader has control at the start, he's able to just mash the gas and go. But in ARCA, you have to ease into it, even if you have new tires, as we saw from the overtime.
And I'm back on.
It's certainly,
Ivory did it.
driver's going to have to be smart here. I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing. But who can play their cards right here? Who can take the win here at Atlanta? Obviously, I think it's about anyone's game, realistically. I don't think there's one driver who's probably the favorite for it.
I would
But
say
who knows?
Pikas has been leading or near the lead this whole race. Unless he doesn't have much experience with being back in the pack, so if an incident happens, maybe he doesn't have the experience to get it back. But so far, he's been commanding this field.
Could this be the day for Kenneth Pikas to take a win? Who knows? We'll find out in about 30 laps time. As we say that, here comes Clinton McDonald for the lead.
Lightly faster.
Can he hold it on the inside? It's got plenty of help. Well, Pikas does not.
It's pretty tight double file currently. A lot tighter than, is that Shuett making? No, that's William Duke making it to the inside. I'm curious to see how this plays out because this is the tightest we've been the whole race.
Yeah, everyone might have switched their mentality to race mode now, as it's maybe all or nothing. For the sake of the race, I think everyone now understands that this could be the point that you can go out, you can try to win it. Obviously you're not going to win it for another 28 laps.
Exactly.
But hey, why
Very
not
wide in the back.
now start working towards that attempt at trying to put yourself in a position to do it? As everyone is still just extremely bunched up. It is anyone's game right now. Drivers not going to have to deal with many handling issues until the end of the run, most likely, or maybe the middle.
Right
of
off
it.
exit. Looks like we're 3 wide for the lead.
Yep, 3 wide for the leader. Oh, it just shuffles back into 2 wide as Kenneth
Probably
Pikas trying on the
better of the field.
outside. Yeah, probably, to be completely honest. As drivers are looking any which way they can to try and gain some momentum and gain some ground. Kenneth Pikas on the outside being pushed by Alexander Ortega. McDonald trying to hold the lead on the inside, but he just can't do it. Kenneth Pikas off the push from Alexander Ortega. There's a car. Alex Martinez on the apron. Is a little wiggle there from Alexander Ortega on the bottom. Pikas back out to that commanding lead, but the help from Ortega was definitely a big part of it, as Ortega
You can't hear me?
looks to the
Challenging for the
inside as a big block there from Pikas. It was pretty much a pretty crucial block to hold the lead. Ortega trying to link up with his teammate, but he's not going to commit to one lane until he has full 100% understanding of how that lane's going to perform, as Ortega tried to jump up to the outside and get the push from Ducati and just lost it. A little bit of a sidestep there from the rear as Pikas has to go low, but he's got not enough to probably hold on the inside. McDonald jumps to the outside now, going to try and help his teammate of Alexander Ortega. To the top goes Clinton McDonald, and Ortega takes the lead as Ducati going to give a little push to McDonald as the outside lane becoming much stronger. Brendan Chewett still on the apron down in turn 3. Not sure what happened there to the number 09. But now the inside losing its support.
Ooh, Mike.
Or maybe not long.
People are getting loose in the back already.
Safe from getting them ahead of me.
Well, this is going to be
Wah.
interesting to see how that plays out. The tire wear obviously going to be a big factor later in this run, but right now I wouldn't imagine it be coming in this early, but clearly it is. As Pika's trying to look for a way around that number 28 car, but Ortega's just got control right now, especially with the help coming from McDonald. Obviously, teammates working up front. So on the straights, you're working with your teammate. In the bottom, you're trying to hold the inside
Oh, Mike
down.
Jensen hits someone on the outside. They're 3 wide in the back, scrambling.
That's CJ Clark on the outside. Now here comes on the inside of Mike Jensen, the 18 car, looking for position, and he's going to get it. Mike Jensen has had some troubles this race, but faring well right now. Down the back straightaway, they are 3 wide. Ducati in the middle. The outside got broken up a little bit there. As Ducati loose in the middle with Lindsay on the outside. They're 3 wide.
3 wide in the
Here
back
comes
too.
the
This is getting
Darabin
sketchy.
too. You've got to be careful. Now is not the time to wreck. You've got 21 laps to go. Drivers, hang on to it. McDonald gets to the lead. Actually, it's not to mention.
wrecking.
Oh, CJ Clark clears himself and up
Oh,
the
huge.
field.
Oh, and that's
There's a
into
big
me.
crash. Oh no. Mike Jensen.
Mike
Ryan
Jensen was
Schuett
high in the air for me.
looked high in the air. Dagan Roca. Multiple cars involved. Payson Lindsay as well. CJ Clark.
Hey, Payson, did you leave enough room on the bottom?
Lindsay looks to be done. Said Evan Lehman also maybe having a little bit of damage. So Lindsay up in the wall. Was slow off the wall. And just came, just kind of came off the wall and hit CJ Clark.
Let me see this.
Who didn't seem to be coming up too aggressively.
Huge hit to the inside.
Down. Yeah, Mike Jensen just getting turned off the nose of the 26 of Michael Wolf. Oh, hard hit to that inside wall. As you can see here, Mike Jensen, nowhere he can go here. Checking up. It's getting clipped. Yeah, it was already sideways, but then obviously getting hit by Michael Wolf at the end, just kind of send him a harder angle, hard into the wall. I think one of the hardest impacts we've seen today.
Yeah. My screen
Spun
showed
right
it a
back
little
up
bit
to you.
worse than what it was. But for me, he was off, all 4 tires off the ground, flying mid through the air. I'm like, what? I saw him coming towards me. I'm like, yeah, it's over.
It's wraps. Well, Dagan, welcome to the commentary booth.
Yeah,
instead of
honestly,
being
I'm
in
not
car.
I'm not mad about that because it was getting crazy and I couldn't exactly see what was happening for the lead. So obviously,
Lindsay
commentating
speeding through
is
Bear
difficult.
Road to get to his pit stall.
So yeah, Payson Lindsay hit the wall, but CJ Clark didn't exactly give him room.
I mean, I don't know.
I
It came
do-
down off the wall. It looked
all
like.
the angles, all the TV angles don't show it clearly. Let me go to blimp. I know not even blimp works. I gotta go chopper. I think that's on Payson Lindsay because he's ultimately the one he hit the wall, and when he got off the wall, he already had his wheel turned, and that hit CJ Clark. So we'll have maybe 15-ish stretch to the win.
Around that.
I wonder if some people think their tires are all right, but so we might see some people pitting, some people not.
This is gonna be interesting, to say the least. 19 laps remaining. Who how far are you willing to go to win a race in HRL? We're going to get the answer to that question shortly. Multiple cars involved. In case you're just joining us, caution stemming from Payson Lindsay and CJ Clark. We have 18 laps to go for a I can only imagine it's going to be a mad dash to the win.
Is everyone pitting? Let me look. Pace car. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, besides, who's that? The 53. Oh, I'm not. Oh, yep.
As Dagan must have suffered some.
I was looking at the replay too long.
Yeah, just a little bit of confusion after the wreck, potentially.
Yeah, concussion.
Yeah. Turn 3 now. Pace car lights are off. 18 laps to the end. What do the drivers have? Who wants to win the most here at Atlanta Motor Speedway? Let's see if we can find out on one run. Clinton McDonald gets a good restart with the push from Alexander Ortega. The outside does not get away well at all, as Ducate and Kenneth Picos, the two people who've been working together probably the most this race, besides McDonald and Ortega, who are stuck on the inside. They're not going to jump up, I imagine, not yet at least. They are nose to tail tandeming down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Big spread throughout the field. At least not the... No, it looks like there's 4 cars who didn't get a good launch. It looks like the pack is starting to dwindle. That one less faster pair, I mean, those 0 faster pairs, I should say, really doing some drivers in.
It absolutely is, and I can only imagine, like, the reason we've seen so many less incidents today compared to something like Daytona is because of that lack of fast repair. You have to take care of your race car if you want to be there at the end, and that's part of what these drivers, I think, are trying to manage and deal with. Right now, everyone's seemingly just doing what they can.
Seems pretty even on both lanes currently. 42 pushing, the 21 has to lift. Oh, gets tight and has to lift. Oh, Ducate sideways!
Oh no, and in front of the pack!
The yellow flag is out.
Nope, saves it.
I couldn't see, did anyone...
42, you just caused all of that.
I don't think anyone spun, but
Reminds me of how
I think,
No.
you know, rather be safe than sorry with the yellow, because that could have been bad.
That could have been very
Like
bad.
a lane and a half. I mean, what do you expect Alexander to do? Big check.
Well,
I guess
very
the 42
well held
might be
from
arguing that...
William Ducate.
He already did brake check me.
Kohler, you have a little bit of bumper damage, but it doesn't look horrible.
88 going to the pit road. Maybe for damage.
Yeah, I know.
Probably for tires. I don't think he hit anybody, but he almost spun it 3 different times in the same wreck. So having to
I think
try to collect
he's
the
got
car.
he's got at least maybe 1 set left.
Well, that might be all he needs.
Yeah, exactly. What are we going to be going to? Maybe we're going to be going green with
11 to go?
11 or 12 to go.
I think it's going to be 12. This is going to be...
Who was that fault for that incident?
Driver's trying to put fresh tires on the car. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out for these drivers, because we obviously know having those fresh tires greatly helps you for these races.
I
For
can't
this race.
imagine
26, dude. What is the deal?
it does help you, but I don't know how hard the tires are. I don't know if there's a certain point where the tires just stop wearing, and they just they just get older, but they don't wear the same. Because I know
Took out 3 cars by doing that.
I
That's a word.
probably mentioned this race a few times, but Atlanta Xfinity last year, the tires, if you treated them right, they wore to a certain point.
Why didn't you slow up?
But you
Well,
turned
now-
right up into traffic.
Okay, I was coming back on the track. I didn't see you there. I was slowing up.
Not 100% sure
I was slowed up.
where the fault lies in that.
You know,
Kind of
stop
came up.
flag came out.
Ortega comes up as well. Jacob
Slowing
Morrissey
up
gets
had
in the
nothing
back
to
of
do
Kohler
with that,
McGillen.
dude. You just turned right across someone that was
Not
on
really
the
enough time
outside.
to get out of the gas for Jacob Morrissey. So you can see up there, looking at that 42, the bright yellow and red car.
We could both be in this race right now if you pay more attention next time.
I mean, kind of coming up. Makes it coming up and coming down, and then nothing really Ducati can do there. It's too late in the race, it seems like, maybe to lift. That's the approach there. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not Stuart. I cannot make these decisions.
It's tough with these super speedways because everything is just a slight movement wrong, and it causes a huge collision. Because it's hard to judge the egregiousness of the incident sometimes.
The wreck was caused by him. Okay. You can see it on the replay cam.
Ortega perhaps not happy with the current ruling, but that's to be expected. He did almost get wrecked.
We'll see how these drivers handle. There are 12 laps remaining. We'll go green with 11 to go. Pace car, lights are off and down pit road. What do they have? Tony McDonald leads us, and we are racing.
Terrible
3
start for
teammates
the
on
outside.
inside. Yeah, the outside did not get going very well. It looked like the inside was very coordinated. As that allowed Kanapikis to jump down to the inside as well and kind of abandon the outside.
Pikas blinked when he blocked. I was worried that was going to cause a collision with him in the 7, but he's all right.
We'll see what any drivers can do now because, I mean, there's a mix of difficulty here, I think. 3 teammates, first, second, and third. And who, for the rest of them, are willing to work together?
Dylan Smith and William Ducati making a hard charge to the front.
Yeah, they are. They have fresh tires. Do not forget. So
That is true. That this could be the difference. Let's see what they're able to do. Ooh.
I think they're
Right
gonna
side
have
drafting.
Ooh.
They're going to split it 3 wide up top.
I don't know. It'd be risky, but where do you go here? Can it peek
Ooh,
us?
he hits the 7.
Oh, Kohler McGillen goes.
They're okay.
They're
Oh,
able to
but
hang on
that
to it.
ruined the tandem from the 88 and the 8.
Yes, it did. But now we've seen them work together a little bit earlier on in this race. Maybe Dylan Smith with Pikas.
Here, William
And if the
Ducati
7 car
out
get
of the
up there.
draft with that. No,
Tragic
I
for the
think
88 car.
he's all right. I think he might still be slightly in it because people are going to be lifting mid corners. He's not.
It's possible, but I mean, it's going to require utmost precision.
26, if you're quicker, I'll let you by. I don't know which one of us is, though.
8 trying to get to the 83. Here comes Kenneth Pikas on the inside. Trying to break up all the teammates here. Just don't forget, we have seen Kenneth Pikas take a commanding lead earlier on, and it's going to take quite the it's going to take a lot of good decision making and commitment to pull this off. But right now, that commitment is seemingly there, but Carey is just hanging on his door. Nothing much that Kenneth Pikus can do. Not as long as he doesn't have that 8 car right on his bumper, but they're 3 wide now. And that 42 looking to the inside as well to help. Got to be careful here. This is where it can get dangerous. So Dylan Smith, contact with Evan Lehman.
Oof.
Is Dylan Smith trying to give a little bit of a scare to the 42 on the inside?
Very tight.
Very.
You know, this
A3.
this feels a whole lot tighter than it looks on the TV. When you're 3 wide in the middle lane, you cannot see. It feels like you're touching the driver to your inside or your outside. Evan Lehman in the wall. Slight
Oof.
contact with the 8.
There goes the 12 car to the outside and into the wall. They're going to drop back, losing a bunch of time. As Kenneth
That was
Pikus
on
drops
him.
out of line,
Sorry, but that was
trying to not have any side draft. Going to get some help from the 42. What can the 83 do to spoil the teammates' party? As it's just nothing there right now for the inside lane. No one wants to jump to the inside to make a move.
It's 3 wide in the back. Ooh, contact.
Woo!
Big contact. Oh, that's
in the
Wolf.
middle. Oh, that's McGillen in the outside
Oh,
wall.
they're still tight. Oh, there it goes around.
There it goes.
1 car spin. Yeah.
flag.
That's
On the racing, sir. I mean,
off
on the racing
break for
line,
the 7
rather.
car, both times.
Oh, that would have been an interesting finish.
How many to go? Oh, this will be an overtime.
This is going to definitely be an overtime, but I'll tell you someone who's probably going to be rejoicing at the call for this caution. William Ducate, who was further in the back, but this is certainly going to help him.
And probably McGillen too, because he lost everything, all his momentum from that.
Ready for the checkup out of tune. Get ready
That's
out
true.
of tune.
I'm curious to see what's.
How many agree check it?
We have teammates 1, 2, and 3. No, we don't. Actually, Pika's splitting them up a little bit.
Looks like
We'll have to-
18 of Morrissey just kind of comes up a little bit. And just loses it on the rear, loses it on the apron, trying to correct it, and then just comes up, hits Erdman into McGillen. Unfortunate stuff. Obviously, their incident in live time. Erdman on the racing line. That has to be a caution.
So their plan is probably going to be top lane going to stack up, and then they're going to fall in line.
Already, drivers trying to predict what the likely decision making is going to be here from McDonald, Ortega, and Carey.
Is that a like real black flag or? What happened with the 42 and Kenneth? I was right on Carey's bumper, and the 42 just kept getting closer and closer, and I kind of just drove into Carey, and it shot me down. Why is the 42 still up here, race officials? Was it the 42 which referred it?
Drivers questioning
Who got wrecked?
the 42.
I feel like that's fair to say.
Right.
He's been the suspect of 2 incidents recently.
I was just running to William, saying that's why
Huh.
he was getting wrecked. That's why he's still up there.
Yeah, it looked very odd.
Yeah, was it the 42 who drove through me then? Coastal left. Just now?
So yeah, 42 on Picas's bumper
Yeah, they got me.
and just kind of pushing him
I don't fucking
into
know.
Carey, or kind of pushing Picas into Carey. Picas trying to split a gap in the middle in order to not turn anyone, but unfortunately that causes even more of an incident. Nothing much either one could do. 42 looks like he may have orchestrated that whole sequence. So drivers are fair to question, but I'm not sure what, obviously will happen there. As it will be a overtime green light checkered. Don't forget, we only get one overtime attempt here in HRL. So whatever happens here is what happens.
Sorry if it was me though.
42 is being sent to the back, which will cycle the cars on the outside closer to the front. I'm really curious to see how William Ducate and Dylan Smith are able to orchestrate this, because I'm pretty sure they're still on fresher tires. And Ducate is currently 10th, 9th. So
I've tried, but we
he
weren't
could.
going
This
anywhere.
could be interesting.
Then I got put through that middle.
We'll see what they can do. I imagine they're going to get a better restart. Well, I would assume.
I mean, we got maybe 4 contenders on the first 2 rows for wins in the whole championship. So they're likely they know how to do these restarts to benefit themselves.
I'm sure they'll organize it in that way. Pace car, lights are off. It will pull down pit road. Into the restart zone, they get ready. Clinton McDonald leads us away, and we are racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The front 2 get away very well, but it's much more even further back. As Kerry starts to build a little bit of a gap, hangs it on Picas's door. Remember, it is only 2 to go. You get 1 attempt at this. McDonald trying to hold the lead. He wants to win this race, and Ortega's going to give him a push, but Dylan Smith is going to give a push to the 83.
To William
they're
Ducate,
spinning-
that was
Oh, man.
that was not a. It's just one car.
Avoid 'em. It's just one car, so we stay
Man.
green as McDonald and Ortega are separated, but Kerry on the outside. Ortega doing what he can. But here's the thing, you've got 2 cars that are separated in that teammate's
Oh,
group.
contact.
Oh, Kerry's into
Kerry.
the wall. That ruins
He's gonna get
Ortega's
loose.
push. What does
What-
Ortega have to
what can
hold
Picas-
on to this?
I think
Picas do
Ortega's
anything
making a
here?
run. Picas, where's he gonna go?
You gotta go high, you gotta force maybe something in the middle. Looks to the outside. There's
gonna
just
get there?
not enough momentum. He's gonna have help from
He's-
Dylan Smith, though.
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah,
Out of turn
Ortega's got
4.
it.
Does Ortega have it won? Here comes
3 wide for second.
Picas. No! Alexander Ortega wins in Miami and wins here in Atlanta.
They're wrecking in the back. Big crash in the back. Oh my goodness.
Alexander Ortega goes back to back. What a
Really good
finish.
attempt from Picas.
Yeah, that's a good day for a lot of these drivers. They gave it everything they had. And they collect finishes, good finishes, at least, out of it. Kerry comes up, gives little congratulations to his teammate, who has now won 2 races this season. It was
McDonald.
executed well from the teammates, that's for sure.
I think this XMS team, they're going to be dominating many of the season, I can imagine. Very good attempt from Picas, but the people on new tires, they a little too aggressive early on, cost them the chance of getting to the front.
Yep.
And I can imagine Ortega's going to be doing these kind of burnouts for quite a while in the season.
I can definitely imagine so.
Dylan Smith making his highest finish of the Cup Series so far in 3rd. Good strategy on him for taking new tires compared to the rest of the field. Worked out in his favor.
Absolutely, it did. And like I said, congratulations to Dylan Smith on the career high. Probably feels good to have it come as in as thrilling of a race as this.
Knowing him, I'd assume he'd want to be doing burnouts for that, but I'm sure Ortega would not appreciate that as much.
Drivers, of course, celebrating after what was a very eventful race here today.
Paul, you might just be the dumbest motherfucker. That is stupid.
People,
Some
They want-
post-race remarks.
I don't blame him.
But I mean, you guys just aren't doing anything, bro. You're just sitting in line.
William
Some,
Ducati tried to go for a closing hole.
It's okay to admit that you
Drivers
went for a 3-wide move that didn't work and
had
feel
their
bad about it.
days
It's okay to
go
admit that.
for
You
some
make mistakes.
how they wanted, but other drivers are going to be looking forward in the championship for next week in Vegas, where some drivers might have to take a gamble to get a little lucky and turn their seasons around. But what a race it was, that is for sure, with an overtime finish. We will be back next week
The Roval
for
for
Las
ARCA.
Vegas.
Yeah,
The
Las Vegas
Roval
for
for ARCA at
That's gonna be
noon.
terrifying.
And Las Vegas at 3 p.m. EST. We have been HRL here from Atlanta. Join us next week for Las Vegas.